What's up, New Beginnings Church? Happy Monday morning to you, and welcome to our devotional series. This is our walk through the book of James. So if you are brand new to us, I just met somebody on Sunday, very first time to our church. They wanted to get the devotion, so you may be watching for the very first time. And so I think this is like week 3 or 4 where we've been walking through the book of James, so you can actually go back and watch all the other episodes. And there's all kinds of other previous series and thoughts and things that we've been doing. And so anyway, but we're in the book of James, and today we're in James chapter 3. And it says this, it says, "My brethren, let not many of you become teachers, knowing that you shall receive a stricter judgment. For we all stumble in many things. If anyone does not stumble in word," or the words they speak, "he is a perfect man, able to bridle the whole body." As a matter of fact, this entire chapter, for the most part, at least the next several verses, are dedicated to the power of the tongue, the power of your mouth, the power of your words. And he begins with this idea of, if we stumble we're all going to stumble in many ways, but if anyone does not stumble in words, you're perfect. He's almost letting you know this is not something that you're going to ever finally cross a finish line and said, "Hey, I perfected my words." This is one of those things that you will always be working at. And let's just be honest, some of us have a harder time than others. Some of us don't have a filter. Sometimes we just speak what's on our mind. Some of us are naturally harsh with our words, and to our ears, we think we're being pleasant, but to everyone else, we're being harsh. And so some of us, our superpower is the ability to say the wrong thing at the wrong time. And as a pastor, I fall into this all the time. Sometimes you're unaware of maybe what somebody's been going through, and so you just say something that under normal circumstances it would be fine, but given what they're going through, you just came off kind of rude or insensitive or inconsiderate. I remember being a youth pastor. I walked up to these kids. One of them just looked so mopey and down, and I walked up and I'm like, "Gosh, what's wrong with you guys? Who died?" And the kid popped up and was like, "Dude, my uncle just died." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Todd, why do you have the spiritual gift of sticking your foot in your mouth?" And so I want to give you a few different ways that you can really stumble, since that's what he's saying. He goes, you're all going to stumble, but we want to be on a constant journey of trying to be more Christ-like with our words. I want to give you, again, some of us have the ability to say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and that's just obvious, right? But I want you to pay careful note to a few more. Some of us say the right thing at the wrong time. What we learn is that sometimes it's not the words that we spoke, it was the setting that we decided to speak them into. I'll speak to marriage for a quick example of this. Sometimes you need to address things in your marriage, but there's a wrong time to do it. You don't want to bombard somebody when they walk in the door from a long day. You don't want to bring up a really sensitive topic on somebody's birthday or a holiday. You don't want to bring up certain things in front of other people that's going to make that, again, your significant other, your spouse, your loved one feel like you just put them on blast in front of everybody. And so you can sometimes say the right thing at the wrong time. Sometimes you can say the wrong thing at the right time. I mean, sometimes there is this thing where God's given you this opportunity. Somebody is going through something. Somebody does need you to speak. And what you did is you just kind of shot from the hip and fired off. And I think what the Bible teaches us, as we were talking about this a little bit ago, when James said everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. Well, that slow to speak part means, well, I don't want to just fire from the hip. This person's really going through something. I'm not going to just say the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm going to prayerfully consider what would be the best words to say. Sometimes, watch, this is another wrong way to stumble with our words. It's to say the right thing with the wrong tone even. What we've learned is that the majority of communication is nonverbal, right? Meaning like the exact words that you chose didn't matter nearly as much as your body language, your facial expression, your tone, your pitch, and the timing of it all. And so even recognizing sometimes you say the right thing, but your tone says criticism. Your tone says judgment. So you got to remember, like love, whether we feel loved and accepted and believed in, a lot of that is tone. And then the last one I'm going to give you today is this, is one of the ways you can stumble in your words is sometimes to say nothing at all. There are times where we stonewall people. We withhold words for the purpose of punishing them, and that's wrong to do as well. And so this next several verses, we'll talk about it over the next couple of days here, is all about getting you to recognize the power of your tongue, the power of your words, the power of your mouth, and how that thing is so powerful that it has literally the power to build something or the power to destroy something. So, church, I love you. Let's go on this ride this week. Be reading James chapter 3. And since it's Monday, maybe read James chapter 1. Dive into the book of James with me. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. God bless you.